Yeah, let's start. Right. Let me open this SSMS here. So yesterday we were talking on constraints. So we have seen out of six constraints, we have seen four. Two are left over. We'll talk on that. Yeah, Ashubeta. Ashubeta, live timing. Yeah. So let me connect to this server. So I'm going with SQL authentication. Login is SA. Then I'll provide password here. Okay. Then encryption is trust server certificate. Okay. Right click on connect here. Right, let's go to the database here. So we were working on BI 2801 2025 and select this new query here. Right. Ne? So yesterday we spoke about the constraints. Constraints. After this, we have seen not null, then check, then default, and unique. So this is what? So this is unique key constraint, and this is default constraint. This is check constraint, and this is not null constraint. Right?
ఓకే.
And
అనేది తెచ్చుకొని రేపు గరాజ్ లో పెట్టేసుకుందాం. కావాల్సినవి తెచ్చుకుని గరాజ్ లో పెట్టుకున్నామంటే అట్లా పూజ అయిపోగానే
మీకు ఏం పని లేదు తెలుసా? మీ అందరికి ఏమీ పని లేదు. ఏదో ఊరికే టైం పాస్గా ఐఫోన్లో నుంచి అందరు అటెండ్ అవుతున్నారు. ఎందుకు బాస్ మీరు అందరు ఎందుకు అటెండ్ అవుతున్నారు? నా కోసం అటెండ్ అవుతున్నారండి మీ అందరు. ఇలాగే చేస్తూ ఉండండి. మీటింగ్లో జాయిన్ కాకుండా చేస్తాను అందరినీ. ఎవరెవరు మాట్లాడుతున్నారు బ్లాక్ చేస్తాను అంతే మీటింగ్లోకి. ప్లస్ వీడియోస్ కూడా షేర్ చేయను. చలో. సో దీస్ ఫోర్ కన్స్టెంట్స్ we have seen yesterday. So we are left about primary key constraint, foreign key constraint. Okay. So these are the two constraints we are left over. So I told you these two constraints. So these are little easy, right? You are directly define these three. These four are little easy because you define on particular column of a table. So there is nothing to define a relation between the tables. So these four are very easy. So these two are little critical. So these are primary key constraint. So what it does, yesterday we talked about a unique key, right? Unique key constraint. So what does that unique key constraint did yesterday? So it was not, it is allowing only unique values, no duplicates, right? And it is allowing only one null value, right? This is what it is doing it. So similarly, same, right? Okay, but this will not do it. what primary key, unique key was doing is it was allowing unique values, no duplicates are allowed, and it is allowing only one null value. But here it is going to allow unique values, no duplicates, no null value. It is not going to allow null value here. This is how it works. Then that is one. So when yesterday I told you this primary key and foreign key constraints are used to create relationship between tables, right? Na? Absolute right. So when you want to create a between relationship between the parent and child, see here, when you want to create relationship between parent table and child table, okay, the parent table should have primary key, primary key constraint. Then only you can create relationship relationship between parent and child tables. That is how. If at all the parent table doesn't have primary key, you can't go and create the relation with the child table. So yesterday I've told you. So let me go and show you Excel here. So yesterday we talked about country. So yesterday I created a country table here. Okay. Then state table. Then city table. So when I say country, you have your country ID. So we'll do the same thing. Here country underscore ID, country underscore name, right now. Here what happens? So here we'll make this as primary key. I made this primary key. Now I've got state ID. So this also I'll make primary key here. Let me insert one row here. Okay. Now state name. Then what I'll take the reference? I'll take the reference of this country. So I'll give your country ID. So this is primary PK. This is PK because I'm creating. And here you are taking country ID from this country table. That is FK, primary key. City underscore ID, city underscore name, and state ID. So here this becomes PK primary key. This key becomes FK foreign key. So you just see enough. Now let's go. I'll have some. I'll go with green here. So let me go with green. Sorry. Shit. ठीक है ना? So the red color marked columns are primary key, green color columns are marked as foreign key. This state will take the reference of this country. This city ID, state ID will take the reference of this state table. Right, na? So here you have got one. India, right? Na? Now I'll go here. State 1. I'll go with Telangana. Then state 2, AP. State 3, Maharashtra. 4, Tamil Nadu. 5, Karnataka. Okay. So these all belongs to which country? India. So India has got what value? 1. Okay. Now go here. 1. So Hyderabad. So that state is in Telangana. So Telangana value is 1. Now 2 here. Let's go with some Secunderabad. So this is also, so this Secunderabad also belongs to Telangana. So I'll give 1 here. Now go to 3. So Vijayawada, right? So this is from AP. Let's go here, give 2. Now go to 4 here. Okay. So I'll go with Vizag. So this is in AP. So 2, right? So this is refer, right? Na? So this is how you create the relationship. You are taking this country ID will refer to country table, country ID. This state ID will refer to state table, state ID, right? Na? So why we are split? Why we are split into multiple tables here? Why can't we go with single table? You can go. Who has told not to go with a single table? Okay, just see here. I'll go here. I'll prepare a small table. I don't want to have 3 tables here. What is the purpose of having 3 tables here? Why can't we have a single table all in in single? Why can't, why are we having, why we are splitting data into multiple tables? Why can't we have a single table? We can have, but that is not right of having entire data in single table. So there is some rules that you define. There are some rules you need to follow while designing your database. Okay. So when you are designing your database, there are some rules defined by core rules. So we have something called core rules here. While designing database, we have some core rules to follow them. So we have around 14 rules here. 14 rules. One of the rule is is normalization. What do you mean by normalization? One of the rule is normalization. This is very important. Okay. So if at all anyone, I also work in one of the MNC here. I've got 18 years of experience. I've been working from 2007. So if anyone comes with a resume, right? So I'll ask what technology you have worked. So generally take interviews also. If anyone comes, I've worked on SQL Server. I have worked on BI, Azure. I'll start. So I'll ask them rating. What rating you? So rate out of 5. What is that rating you give for SQL Server and Azure? So when they say 5 out of 5 or 4.5, then I start asking from the basics. Why do you follow these all? So they'll do it. And if you are claiming around some 3 to 4 years of experience, they'll definitely ask these all. Okay. Now what is normalization? Normalization is nothing but splitting data, that is splitting common data into multiple multiple tables. So instead of having it a single table, you can split into multiple tables so that later you can combine those tables and get the data. This is one of the chord rule that you have. So you can see I told you chord rule here. This is one of the chord rules that you need to follow. That is called normalization. It's very important. Okay. Now let's come here. Right. So I was telling you, why can't we have in a why did we split this all into multiple tables? Why can't we have a single table? You can go and have, but you are not meeting one of the requirement of designing a database. So is that anyone going to check whether you are meeting or not? No one is going to check. But the designing is not wrong. It's not right. It's wrong. I'll prove it now. Right? Just here. I'll go with the so I'll go with country, state, city table here. ठीक है ना? Country, city table. Now let's go here. I'll give a country ID. Country ID. Then I'll give country name. Then I'll give city name. Sorry, state name. Then I'll give city name. Done. Why do I have these all state ID, country ID? We can have only one country ID, right? I'll go here. One. India. Right now. So I'll get these all. These states. I'll put it here. States, na? Here I'll put it. So this would be same, right? Now city. Go ahead and get these all. So right now, if you see now, you'll get to understand now. So 1 minute, I'll just remove this. Now I'll go with Telangana. So I'll put it here. So this is same to that Hyderabad and Secunderabad, right? I'll take this Vizag and Vijayawada and Vizag. Go here. So AP, get this here, right? So this AP comes in India only, right? Did you see now? What is that happening? Here you see, this is all getting repeated 1 1. And here it is repeating India multiple times. Here you are repeating Telangana. Sir, for only 4 city names, you see this country ID is getting repeated for 4 times, country name is getting repeated for 4 times. So we have taken only 2 cities from Telangana. We have got 2 cities from Telangana. So I have given Telangana as a state name. 2 cities from Andhra. I have given AP as a state name. Right? Did you see this duplicate of data in single table? Duplicate of data. So assume the size of this. So we take this as a big int. We take this as a varchar some 50. Right? Size. This also I take varchar as a 50 size here. This also I take varchar as a 50. So what is that happening? Every time you are inserting this data big int, so some size is getting occupied for every record. Here India, every time you are inserting for each and every record. So India 5 characters is occupied for every record. And similarly for Telangana, it is occupying in 10 characters, AP 2 characters, right? So here unnecessary duplicate data is getting inserted into the table, right? Every time. Absolutely. If at all you go through this. So here if you see, I've inserted only for 2 states of Telangana. I've inserted duplicated data for these 3 columns. So in Telangana, you have got multiple cities, right? Some hundreds of cities you got. Similarly, AP has also got hundreds of cities, but you are trying to duplicate this data, right? In entire table. So to overcome that duplicate data and redundant data, redundant. Remember, duplicate. So one is it is used to eradicate duplicate data. Then it is used to avoid the redundant data. Okay. So now I've showed you the example. I've only done two states, two city names of a particular state. If you tell you do for 100 cities, so first only you prepare, right? Out of this, you have got many states in Hyderabad, in India, you got around some 30, 32 states. And each state has got hundreds of cities, hundreds, 200 cities also in each state. And you are going to have the duplicate data of cities and country and ID also, right? Unnecessarily, this much amount of data till year. So this country ID, country name, state ID is unnecessarily getting copied or inserted for every row, right? So to avoid that, I have created a single table. So you see in country table, you'll have only one time unique for each country name. State, you have got here, and city, you have got unique records. But this duplicate data is getting removed using this parent, child, sub-child, right? So this is parent, country is parent, or assume like this is child, city is child, parent is state, grandparent is country, right? Grandparent, parent, child, or you can say parent, child, sub-child. That we are eradicating, right? Using this normalization. Absolutely. That is the reason. It's so they have defined the rules. No matter you need to follow or not. No one is going to check. But this is it is very wrong to put entire data in a single table. And that is also duplicate data and written data we can remove and have split the data into multiple tables. We have that opportunity. You need to do this. Okay. So these all you'll get these all as you keep on as your experience goes. Why do you need to go? Why we need to create primary key? What is the purpose of foreign key? If foreign key is not there, can't we create a relationship between the two tables? You can't create. It's not possible only if at all primary key is not defined on this table, you can't create a relationship between these two tables here. And similarly this table and this table. You can't do it. If primary key is not defined in the state, you can't create a relation between the state and city. If country is not defined primary key, then you can't define the relation between the country and state. So it doesn't work out. Okay? Right. Let's go and create and see what does that happen. Okay, na? Just go through and remember that whatever I'm writing here, and you also have some book, write down these all on the book so that you can easily take these all examples in a paper, not paper, have a 200-page book, write there each and everything so that you can just refer when you have got interview, right? So today I think eighth session I'm delivering here. So daily 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes. Tomorrow if you tell you got interview, so they give hardly 2 or 3 days of time to attend the interview, not for 1 month. They don't call today and ask you to attend sometime in March 7th or March 8th. They'll ask you to attend within week of time. So is it possible to go through these all 60 videos within one month? It's not possible. Okay. And we are not watching any movie here. Chiranjeevi or someone movie to easily remember. Or we are not watching any Jabardast or Sridevi Drama Company here in ETV or somewhere else. Okay. So those all memorized would be in mind, but this is related to your career. Write each and everything on the notebook. The way I'm telling you, write down And whenever you get time, just turn the page so that you get refreshed here. If you follow this only, you'll able to do. Otherwise, no. I'm telling you. Right. Let's go and create the tables here. Right. Now let me go and create a primary key. So country table, create country, so create table. So I'll go with country here, country underscore ID, begin, country underscore name, varchar 30 here. Okay. So I'll go here, I'll define primary key here, constraint, okay, constraint name, right? So I'll give country underscore fk underscore ID, okay. So I can't give country. So generally what happens, you'll give the table name, column name like this. So country, so let's go like this otherwise. pk underscore country underscore ID, constraint name, right? Then type of constraint, ठीक है ना? This is a constraint and this is a type of constraint. Sorry, name of the constraint and this is a type of constraint for primary key. Now let's go and create. ठीक है ना? Now just go to that. Just refresh these tables here. So you got country, right? Na? Click on this. Click on the columns. You see this. There is a key, right? Na? There is a key here. So yesterday also we have seen for unique key constraint, right? So here in the constraints you'll not find this primary key defined. Where do you find? This is because your primary key, so you'll find in keys here. Take it, na? Right? Absolutely. You should know these all basics. I'm telling you. Right. Now let's go and create the state table. State underscore ID constraint pk underscore state ID. Okay. Now country underscore ID. So let's go and give state name, then we'll come back. .30. Then country ID. I'll take that. So when you are taking reference of this column here into this state table, the column name can be same, cannot be same also. It's all up to you. But what data type you are defined here, that should have same data type also here. Because this state is referring to country table and country ID. Column name need not be same. Okay. So you can make this also like this. pk underscore and this as fk underscore to make easily understand. So pk is primary key, pk underscore state underscore id, fk underscore country underscore id foreign key, right? Right. So now when you are taking this column, I'll not answer anyone who is going to chat. If at all you unmute and talk, I'll answer you. Okay. I
Uh,
don't want people to be like dumb and deaf. I want people to be
okay,
interested, then I'll answer you.
okay, sorry, it was my first day, so I didn't know. So I got everything about the country table, but when you add the reference of country table into the state table, I didn't get that. Like
Yeah.
about the changing country name ID.
No, no,
Can you
this,
just explain it a little bit?
no,
Yes.
no. Here, what you are doing is instead, if you see this, this Telangana belongs to this India, right? And
Yes.
AP also belongs to India, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu also belongs to India. So
Okay.
these states has got country name. That country name is already in the country table, India. That one is getting referred here, right?
Okay. Yep.
Now what I'm trying to tell you is, because these states whose countries are already country's value name is already present, that value I'm trying to get here. So I need to create a relation between this country and state table. Then only I can create a relation between these two tables and have that value in the country ID value column. I can have. Otherwise, I can't
Okay.
have. So the question is, what I'm trying to do when you are taking this reference of this column of country into this table, it need not be like whatever the column name you are given should be same here. You can give different name. So for our understanding to easily recognize whether this primary key or foreign key, I have given as pk underscore to easily recognize this is foreign key. This is primary key. This is primary key. PK underscore state primary key. So you can go to table, and if at all you see the column name, you can easily identify that is a primary key. Similarly, it is foreign key here. FK underscore
Okay.
only.
Okay. So you
And
mean like for the state table, the country ID is a foreign key,
yes, foreign key.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
it's all up to
Okay.
you whether you want to give same name here, or you want to, for easy identification, you want to give as FK underscore country ID. There is no harm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But here,
Okay.
whatever the data type that you are taking from that country table, country underscore ID, that because you are referring to that table, that column, that data type should be same.
Okay.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
Right. Now, references. So what you are referring here? Because this country column of this state column is referring to this country table, country ID here. If at all you don't want, just remove this TK. Okay. You need not give. I'm giving the same column name. Right.
No, it
References.
should be good.
Yeah. Right.
It was easy to
References.
understand.
Yes. References. Constraint. 1 minute. Let me go here. Constraint. FK underscore. Right. Country underscore ID. Right. So you're giving some name. So even you can give the table name also. That all depends on what naming format you are going with, what is the naming conventions that you are going with. Okay, right. Now references, or yeah, let's go with foreign key. Right na, references country, then give this because you are referring here, give this here. Right na, you are given the constraint. For that constraint you are giving name of the constraint, and this is foreign key, and that which for which it is referring, it is referring, this state is referring to country table, country ID. So this is what I have given here. ठीक है ना? Absolutely. Now go and run this. So here there is a standard to create a table, so you need to follow that standard. So these all I told you that I've told first part of SQL is just commands, so these all commands only. So you need to follow that structure only. Just you need to replace your own value. So you see here, I replace state, I have replaced this one, I have given my own name, I have given my own name of country, state, this also. But this constraint is syntax that you need to follow. Okay? Right. Now let me go there. Execute here. You have got executed. Now go to this state table. Click here. So did you see this? State table has got key. So you see FK, state underscore ID has got FK, state underscore ID has got PK, begin not null, and here country underscore ID FK, begin null. And here you see the constraints that you created. So you created this constraint, right? So for primary key, you created primary constraint PK underscore state ID. For foreign key, you given some name FK underscore country ID, right? Absolutely working. Similarly, let's go and create the state also. Sorry, city. Create.
Sorry, one question, Shrikant. So in the column when you showed, the foreign key said null value. So the primary key
Will
that we
come.
set for
Will come to that question. I'll answer your question. Right. I'll answer. Give me 1 minute. City begin constraint here. PK underscore city underscore ID. I'm making this as a foreign primary key. Okay. Now city underscore name varchar 30. Then state underscore ID. Why? Because I'm here in city table. City table I'm taking reference of state ID. So I'll refer to that. Okay. Now go to, so here state ID has got begin. So I'm giving the same data type. Now go here, constraint fk underscore city underscore, fk underscore state underscore ID, foreign key, references, state and state underscore ID. How did you get this state underscore ID? This one, because state is state table and this state ID is a primary key. So I'm referring here. Okay, na? You don't get confused. How did you get this state bracket state underscore ID? From the above table, you have state table. Under that, you have state ID. So I'm referring to that. So you are referring as a foreign key here, right? Foreign key. You are making this state as a foreign key. And that is referring to the above table, that is state. And you are creating this foreign key relationship. So this table and to which column you are referring, that column should be primary key. If at all you don't create this primary key here and you start creating foreign key, it doesn't work out. Okay. So I'll show you that also. Now just go and create. I'm creating this. Okay, na? Now go back. I'll answer your question. What question you are start asking me, I'll answer you. Just give me a minute. Just refresh these tables here. Go to the city. So here you have columns, right? You see this. The question is, here you got primary key and not null. Here you got state underscore city underscore ID, primary key FPK, begin not null, and state underscore ID FK, begin null. So the question is, here it has got null. So here when you say primary key, it is not null, means primary key will, as I told you, unique key and primary key are same, but the only thing is unique key will allow you to insert one null value, but this will not even allow you to insert a single null value also. Okay, and it doesn't allow duplicates also. But here you see state underscore ID is foreign key, begin and null. So it will allow null values also in this. Okay, I'll show you. So this state underscore, because this city is referring to the parent table state. So this state, it is referring to parent table state. This one, it is refer. So this city state ID is referring to state ID. But while inserting into this column, into this table, you can insert null value in the child table also. We can do it. I'll show you. Right. So the question is, right, while inserting, I'll show you. Now what I'll do, let me go here. Right. So what I'll do is, So if at all I don't create for a primary key, can't we create relationship between the two tables, right? So let's go. So I'll create here country underscore test. Okay. Country underscore ID begin. I'm not giving primary key. Country underscore name varchar 30. So I've created country underscore test. Now I'll go and create this table. This is simple. We have not created anything, right? This is simple. We have done. Now I'll go here. Create table state underscore test. So what I'll do? State underscore ID begin. I'm not going creating primary key here. State underscore name varchar 30. Then country underscore ID begin. Right? Na? I'm not referring to the table. If you at all, right, let's go and refer. I'll give here a constraint. So constraint name. So test underscore country underscore ID. Right? Type foreign key. References. I'm referring to the table. Country underscore test underscore country underscore ID. I'm referring here. ठीक है ना? So this table is already created. We created. If you again try to create this table, it will say that table is already exists. See here. There is already an object named in the database, right? No? Right. Now I'm trying to create the foreign key. It will scold you now. Go and see. There is no primary key or candidate key in the reference table. ठीक है ना? That match referring the column list in the foreign key. That is what. So if at all this table, so basically you're referring to this column of this table as a foreign key, and you want to create, but this here primary key doesn't exist, then it is not allowing you to create a relation between the two tables. ठीक है ना? Absolutely. This is how it happens. So that is the reason you need to have primary key. I was telling you yesterday, today also, that if you at all you want to create relation between the parent, child, grandchild, or child, parent, grandparent, you want to create relation between tables like this, then you need to have primary key, foreign key constraints. Okay? Now it's clear. Right. Now let's go here. Let's go and insert data into the tables here. Right. Now what I'll do, below this table, I'll start insert into below these tables only I'll do it. Values 1 comma India. ठीक है ना? So the same thing I'll take what I've given here. 1 India. Let's go there. Insert. ठीक है? Want to what affected? Let's go there. Select start from country. Now just go and insert here. You got right? Let's come to the state here. Insert into state values. So one as state ID. So I'll give okay. Then country. So this country ID go to the country ID, country table and see it is 1, right? I'll just put 1 here. Okay. So let's go. I'll rename that state name, sir. Just a minute. Right? So here I'll give AP. Here I'll give Karnataka. Here I'll give Tamil Nadu. Okay. Now I'll just go and insert. So third column is foreign key, right? Right, na? So this I need to change because it's a primary key. If you at all you don't change, na, it will scold. It will throw the error. Try out. Right. Now try to insert. Right. I've inserted. So let's go and see that value. Select start from state here. Now try to get this data here. You got. Right. Na? You got. Now what I'll do, as I told you, this foreign key will allow null value, right? That is what we have seen in the column definition. Can we insert null value? Let's check. Can we insert in the state, in the country table, we have got only one record called ID. So I'll try to insert a value which is not present in parent table. Will that allow or not? Right? Let's see. Insert into state values here. Let me remove these 4 records here. Okay, na? Right. So I'll insert 5. I'll go with Maharashtra. Right? Right, na? So in this Maharashtra belongs to India. So but India has got 1. I'm trying to give 2 values. So this country value here is 1. Right? Here it is 1. Country ID is 1. Now I'm giving some value here, which is not present in country table. If I insert this, right? Will this work? It is not working. I told you, na? Because you can see this conflicted with foreign key. And you are trying to insert a value 2 here. So you see here, conflicted. So you are trying to insert a value 2 here. That value is not present in the country table only. How does that take? Because you are creating a relationship, na? I have proved that also. Now let me go and give null value. I told null will accept. It will definitely accept. Go here. Insert. Right, na? Now just see. I'll insert one more record. 6. Give some state name. I'll give MP. Madhya Pradesh. And give null also here. Right? You can insert n number of null values in foreign key. Right? Now go to the table. Select start from state. Now try to execute this. Did you see null values come? I have not inserted a single record. I have inserted multiple. Right, na? Absolutely. Now let's go to the state. Let me go to state here. Insert into city values. So city 1, I'll give Hyderabad. Okay. Let me go to the state here. So I want to see Telangana. So it is 1 state ID. I'll get it here. Okay. Similarly, I'll take this 2. I'll take this. I'll copy paste it here. Okay. Now I'll go with 2 record 2, 3, 4 here. So I'll give here Secunderabad something. Here I'll go with Vijayawada. Then I'll go with Vizag. Right? Na? So go to the country, state. So Telangana is 1, state AP is 2. I'll go here. So this is 1, this is 2. Okay. I'll insert one more, insert into city value, right? I'll insert 5. So let's go with what we go. Right. Let's go with Warangal, and I'll give you a null value. I'm showing you I'm showing you inserting null value also. Let's go and insert. We have done. Right. Now let's go and select start from city. Right. Did you get? Yes, you have created. This is how you need to create relationship between the tables. So if you see these all, so generally when you manually insert, you need to go to the tables and refer and get it. But in the real time, how does that happen? So if you see here, let me go to MS Paint here. So if at all you go to any website, right? You have website, right? Like this. You will have some website. You will have like this. Give, so name. So you'll have some text box here. Text box. Then gender. So you'll have drop down, right? Like male, female, unknown, something. DOB, date of birth. You will have calendar, right? When you click on that calendar, that will get open and you put, or you will have something like text box also, where you can put in the form of year. Then you will have a country here, like country table. So you generally have a drop down populated with all populated with all country names, right now, with all countries. That is how it happens. Country names. Then you'll have state, drop down. So populated with state names. So how does that you'll have state names? Once you select Telangana, related to that state, Telangana states, you'll get populated. Right? This is how it happens. It doesn't show you all the states, all the states across the world. If you select country India, it will it will show you the states of India. If you go and select US, then it will show you the states of US. Similarly, here you'll have city. So drop down populated with city names. Right now, this is how. So if at all you go and select Telangana state, cities of that states would get populated. So you need not worry how to get the country value or state value, these all, when you are doing it. So you get some web page here, like registration page or something. That does. You might have already, a few of the people might have already done. This is a common thing. They do it. They handle it. How to get that value? They do this. So when you are doing manually, then you need to go and check for which country you are trying to insert, for which state you are inserting. But that, for when you are inserting the state, you need to go and get that country value also. When you're inserting city, then you need to go and get that state value also and insert in the city table. This is how you need to work on. So now I've told you why we are creating this. I've told you what is the relationship that you are getting created. How is that getting created, right? And if at all you don't create relation, what happens? So you can't put entire data in single table. Then you are going against the rules of database designing. They'll ask you normalization. What do you mean by normalization? So this is to avoid duplicate data. Unnecessarily, you are holding this data, right? For every record. Here you see this Telangana is also getting inserted for multiple. But we have not done. We have inserted only one time. Country also one time. India is one time. But here You are unnecessarily wasting this data here. Instead of having multiple times, instead of having single time, you are inserting multiple times. This is not right. And I've created and show you also here. So where does this keys generate here? So you can see here, these two, you can see the keys, right? This is how it works. So these also would get stored in system table. Select here, select start from sys dot uh, keys. Let's go here. Yeah, you can see this. I think keys also is getting. Let's execute. I think you don't have keys here, right? Foreign key columns, foreign keys. Now execute here. So did you see? You have created some name with a foreign key. This is you see the parent on which object you have created, right now. So this is all you can go and see. And similarly, you'll have select start from sys dot. Why this primary key is not coming? Foreign key has got. Why primary key is not coming? Mhm. You should get, nah? When you're getting foreign, you should get primary keys also. Encryption keys, open keys. You should get primary key or foreign key you got. Too much. Column master keys, symmetric keys. Let me see here. No, you should get this also. Let me do it. Assembly references. You will all have this. Just go through this, all very important. If at all you want to be for long time in career, you need to know this all. You should get biated. So
Sir,
this whole
what if
system.
refreshing local cache?
What is?
What if refreshing the local cache memory?
What is refreshing local cache memory? Yeah.
No. I'm asking what if you refresh the memory, like cache memory is there, right? In IntelliSense.
No, that will not. That will no. Refresh. Refresh. When you talk about cache only, na. When you are copying and pasting it, or when you are executing, that would be there only for a certain period. There is nothing
Okay,
called
okay.
refreshing here. So when you're working with a Word document or Notepad, when you copy, where does that store? That's stored in cache of memory of computer. But I'm not doing anything here like copy pasting it. So there is nothing like
Okay.
called cache here in SQL Server. So the concept is called something partitions, where you divide this data and put into somewhere. That is only I'm just constraint. Let's go with key constraints. Let's see this whether we'll be able to do it here. Yeah, you see here. Yeah. So foreign key has got you can go and see to if you want to see foreign keys, then you can go and see in the foreign keys table. So there is no, so yesterday we created a unique key constraint, right? See here, unique key constraint. And today we have created foreign key constraint. So those all where you can see in this key constraint, there is nothing called primary key constraint table or for unique constraint table we don't have. But if at all you see here, so you see here you have created unique constraint. So this is unique constraint. This has got object. You have created this on some parent object. I told how to see the parent object yesterday. So this object refers to this parent object ID refers to the table object ID. So these four you created, these three are referring to this different objects because this for primary key you created on country table, this state ID is created on state table, city is created on city table. Right now? Absolutely fine. Now you have so there is nothing called unique constraint or there is nothing called unique constraint table or primary key constraint. Then you need to go and see in the key constraint table only. But if you see here, we have got something called select start from check underscore constraints here. Select start from sys dot what, what we have few more 1 minute. Check constraint. You see they check here. Similarly, uh, yeah, we don't have not null constraint here. See a default constraint, right? Then we have got something. So in this foreign key is getting foreign key constraint is getting referred. Constraint, right? Here the unique in this table you can see unique and primary key constraint. Here you can see check constraint. Here you can see default constraint, right? So you see total 5 constraints are getting covered, but we don't have not null constraint here anything. We don't have not null constraint, right? This is how you can go and see. Let's see. Yes. Okay, na? Right? So you have system constraints here. So those are only related to the systems one. Go and execute here, right? You can see. So like this, you can go and see this one. The next question is, how do you identify whether the primary key, foreign key is created on the table? So you have to go and see, you have to go, go to the table, open, click on these columns, you'll find these keys here. Sir, only for primary key, foreign key, unique key only you'll find the constraints because this has given as key. Here also it has got key, primary key, foreign key, unique key you will get. So yesterday also we create a unique key here. Let's go to this unique. You see here, right? This also is not caught. If you key go to this key, so you got this one. So to find out whether the constraints are defined, you have to go to that particular table, open this keys folder, open this constraint folder also and see, right? So why I'm going here constraint? So go to default one. So here in unique in keys. Similarly, we have created the master table, right? Like city. So you see here, you can see. But yesterday we created default constraint also. Default. You don't see here. You don't see in the keys also. You see in the constraints. Did you see here? We have create check and default. Similarly, if you go to this table, check constraint. If you go to this column, there is nothing to keys here. If you go to keys, you don't have. But here, if you go to constraint, you will find this. Okay. So this is how you need to identify and go to the table and see. Now the question is, now this is all okay. So if you go to this city, sorry, right? Because you told this state. So I have given for my reference, I have given PK, FK underscore state underscore ID to easily refer that. That is referring to state table, city table. But it's not mandated that you need to give the table name also in the foreign key. Then how do you identify? Go to that particular table, right click here, right? View script key as create to query window. So you are writing that script to a new window here, and don't right click and delete here. If you delete, na, your job will go. You just have to go to this script key as create to new query window. Go to this here. So you can see here. Okay. So this is referring, so this is a constraint, and this table is referring to references, referring to state table, state ID. Right, na? Right? Absolutely right here. This is how you need to check. So we have done with constraints. So we are left over with alter command. So we'll see this all on Monday. That is your Monday time, my Tuesday morning. Okay? Are we good now?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually, no, actually, it's my first day. So if you have, can you please send me the documents?
There is nothing document. You need to go through videos only. I don't give any
Like
document.
no, the documents, but I mean like past videos.
Yeah, just share your email ID on WhatsApp group. I think you'll have my phone number there. Just figure
Okay,
out
yep,
and send me. Send me on WhatsApp.
okay,
We'll give it.
okay, no, yeah,
Okay?
thank you.
Right. So
Yeah,
everyone, please practice this. I'm going little bit slow. Please practice. If at all you have questions, post it here. Post in the WhatsApp group. Okay? Chalo. We'll meet again on Monday. Okay?
okay.
Chalo. Thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.